Neon lights, neon lights. Hey, dancing with my demons, do the dash, we out of sight. Run it up, secure the bag.
We started.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the SoulInsights podcast. I'm Kyle and Loxton.
Joined by Kyle.
How you feeling, mate?
Good. Absolute top notch.
Doesn't feel like we've just said this.
Technical difficulties. No, yeah. So Tomorrowland, we've just been second weekend.
Yeah.
Gothic King of Pride. 21st to 25th of July, or thereabouts at least. Good time.
Yeah, it was good,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Feel fast.
decent.
What would you rate it out of 10? Decent.
6.9.
Jesus. Okay.
No, I don't know. We'll get into that later
yeah.
anyway.
That's fine.
Let's go off on our normal tangents. So we're going to start with
Music recommendation.
yes, which is something I've never heard of, no doubt. Actually, I have this time.
We did it topical, so it's Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike Boom Shakalaka Bass Jackers remix as well. I chose.
In all fairness, I would not be able to name what the fuck that song is.
So I don't even know the song. I just searched one and thought that sounded cool. The fact that Bass Jackers did a remix as well.
Okay, yeah, good.
Because I thought they came out, didn't they, when we saw them at Tomorrowland?
Bass Jackers came out as well, yeah, didn't they? So yeah,
made the crowd of madness, didn't it?
Yeah.
So there we go. And then TV and film recommendation.
Keep it topical again. Project X, so party film, isn't it, basically?
House party gone mad, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Based off true story.
So yeah, I mean, if anybody has a house party like that, then you gotta congratulate them.
Imagine.
Isn't it? Slow golf clap. Yeah.
But we had quite a lot of artists there, wasn't it? A-Track was there. They played the Kid Cudi song "Pursuit of Happiness" remix, didn't they? So it just gave that sort of vibe of Project X anyway.
I think there was some other stuff as well. Like you had some of the Snoop Dogg stuff and that. Like next episode.
Yeah.
There was probably a couple
probably
other
the
ones
soundtrack,
as well,
the whole of Project X soundtrack probably would have played over that weekend, didn't it? So
yeah, exactly. We might not have heard them all, but
yeah.
Anyway,
so that's the film.
Decent film.
Old film, but decent watch.
Old but gold. So go and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, book.
Word from the Book of Obscure Sorrows
by John Koenig.
I got that right.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
You're going to know the whole thing. So
I'll be able to recite the book from start to finish.
I chose chapter 1. God,
Gothic King of Pride.
My voice. Between living and dreaming, seeing the world as it is, and the world as it could be. And the world, yeah. The word is chrysalism. Chrysalism. Yeah.
Okay.
An idea what it might be? Chrysalism.
Chrysalism. It's where you get bold Crystal Maze guy out.
The amniotic tranquility of being indoors during a thunderstorm. Similar to the word that we had last time.
I get that, to be honest, because I quite like if it's pissing it down with rain outside.
Oh, we could do it topical. Obviously it didn't rain, but when you're in a tent and you're just chilling,
good,
and you just listen to the rain on your tent lying there.
Can I finish my sentence?
No.
No, I won't talk.
No. Say it again, continue.
No.
Go on. Killed your word.
It's similar.
Oh, you could do it Tomorrowland, actually.
Good! It's similar to what you've just said with the tent, because in all fairness, it did rain the first night we were there, so... Are you having fun eating that mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On this planet.
So I like going, like, if it's pissing it down with rain, I'll just open the window and just leave it open.
Yeah, but you're listening to cows.
The pitter-patter of rain. It's sheep, actually. The sheep are the bell ends of the bull. But
yeah, it's that noise. And if you have a conservatory, then you listen to it pitter-pattering on the roof as well, don't you? The little noise. So, yeah, it's quite decent. That's just a normal, you just feel safe under a thunderstorm.
Curled up on your blanket with your hot cocoa.
Dying.
Became a prize.
Right, okay. Main topic.
So Tomorrowland. So where do you start? First festival experience.
Where do we start?
First festival for me.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a pretty big way to ease it in, isn't it?
Yeah, it was mad.
Yeah. I just get there and I'm like, oh, this is normal, isn't it? Every festival now is going to be shocking.
The fact that we had it as a package was really well laid out, though. You didn't feel, we didn't necessarily feel that lost, I don't reckon, knowing where we're going, was it?
No, and then you just find people with the bracelets, which I'll show on screen now because I've got mine on. That you see somebody with that, if you don't know what you're doing, you're just like, exactly. Oh, where are you go? Like, where do we go? Where's the shuttle bus is the one that we had, wasn't there? We were in the airport. And obviously it was all quite well laid out. We just completely ignored the fact that the person in the blue or whatever it was.
Yeah, with the massive sign saying "Follow me" to shout.
We just walked past her. Surely it can't be that difficult. And then, we couldn't find our way. So two little people came and helped us. Well, I say helped us.
Well, you went down a level, wasn't it? Yeah, it was cool. And then the bus driver lost his way, didn't he? We were on there for a bit longer than we.
2 hours to get the bus when it should have been about 50 minutes.
And then obviously we had picked up all our tent. I thought that was probably the most annoying part, was getting the camping spot, wasn't it? Like any festival.
Putting the tent up. Well, I wouldn't know.
Finding a spot, like any start of a festival, that's probably the most like, nice.
Yeah, and that was for us on the Thursday. It was quite difficult. So imagine anybody arriving on like Friday or even Saturday, because I did see some people walking with their tents on Saturday.
Because by the time we got there, we were probably one of the later sections, weren't we? One of the last colours that they would have opened up, I think. Yes, well, we were second half of the campsite, really, weren't we, to be opened? Because you walk through and there's just an absolute madness of tents everywhere. Where we camped, to get to the actual main stage, wasn't it? It probably took an hour.
It was about an hour's walk.
Massive site, yeah. But it was fun though. Like you still had your difference though, wasn't it? So
yeah, it's not like it really matters anyway with camping, does it?
First night as well, gathering. Straight on it, wasn't it? As soon as we got everything set up.
Go over, beer.
And then multiple.
Yeah, beer.
And then, going straight in the crowd, wasn't it? And then that was your first experience, just getting mad.
Yeah, it's decent as well. Yeah.
And then obviously main stage.
Main stage was mental, but there's one thing that I'll never get out of my head from that.
What?
The smell of sick.
Oh, yeah.
Last night was the worst. Everybody leaving at, about 12 probably, from the main stage, and the smell was horrendous.
Nice. Yeah.
It's good. That's what you can expect when you go.
Well, we said no, because I thought, generally speaking, it was a real clean festival site. The fact that it's all like wooden flooring and stuff like that. So if it were to rain, it wouldn't just be bog.
No, exactly. And the fact of, like, say Dreamville, which is where our camping was.
Like the camping area of the festival site.
Yeah, so the camping, you've got like your food, your little supermarket. Yeah. There was a hair salon, tattoo place.
Oh yeah, you get your hair done.
There's a load of like little bits and bobs. Mm-hmm. It was clean, like even when everybody was there.
A lot of staff.
It was still clean.
Yeah.
You go into the stage areas and it's a bit different.
Yeah,
like
not too bad.
Think when you're standing at the main stage, every 2 seconds you got sticky floor, and every 2 seconds you're standing on a cup or a can.
Oh yeah, but that's like during the gig though, isn't it?
Yeah, because everybody just mings their cups at people's heads, don't they?
Don't know what you're on about. Mate.
No,
don't know what you're on about.
No. We didn't do that.
But
I definitely didn't. Chiron,
and the fact that because they're just DJs as well, it's like all the lighting and the sound system and the fireworks. That's what your entertainment would be on top of that. If you were to watch an artist, you're watching the artist perform, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. You don't really need to be able to see the stage in that.
No, not in this. So you don't mind. I felt better following you through the crowd at this festival, at like a rave and stuff, because you're not blocking someone's view at seeing anything, because you're just watching a dude on decks, really.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to like. If you care about the artist, you want to actually see them. Like Marshmallow, obviously, you want to actually see that he's there, don't you? Because it's quite cool with his mask and everything. But then it's like, I've seen him. Like, I've seen him do one song where he's like, party.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just like, if I don't see that much of him now, it doesn't really matter. Because then it's just like our music, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt better doing that, really. And we were in the crowd most of the time, weren't we? The main stage, like right in the middle of it all.
For the main acts, pretty much.
But you could sit up around the edge as well, because it's like what you said, a stadium sort of semicircle set up. So if you wanted to, you could sit all the way at the back.
Yeah, which we did like during the day. If we go to the main stage at like 6 o'clock or something, then you'd kind of sit up on top and drink your beers. Well,
your first experience is standing up for like hours on end, isn't it? In a crowd, your lower back is having a mare.
Context, I've essentially I'll say, broken my foot just before, so the day before we went, and then spending 20 hours a day standing. And then your back going an absolute madness, lower back gone. Felt like somebody was pulling my spine out.
Yeah, you went to sneeze or something, you felt like your back's about to
honestly,
explode.
That's the worst pain I've ever experienced. Ever.
You got plenty more, that's cool.
Good.
Your favourite act of the festival then?
Favorite or best?
Do favorite and the most enjoyable experience. You could link that to the artist as well.
Okay, so favorite Marshmello just because it's Marshmello,
right?
Because he's like
Logic.
I wasn't even gonna say that. Is one that like I know a lot of his songs kind of thing. The other ones don't really, other than Martin Garrix. Well, Martin Garrix, Tiesto, Alan Walker. There's actually quite a lot that I know. I'm quite surprised by that. But him just because he's a bit kind of iconic, really, isn't he? But best atmosphere and best kind of like best set, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. Definite. Like I couldn't fault it really. I know you're gonna say somebody different. I already know you're gonna say. But I think the energy, nobody else matched the energy of it. Mm-hmm. Getting the crowd involved in that, doing the steps to the left and steps to the right and back and forth.
The whole crowd, so like you'd link arms and then just jump to the left, jump to the right, back and forth. If you fall over, it's probably lights out.
Get my broken foot stamped on many a time.
But that's where you probably could have ballied up in the mosh pits and stuff. Yeah. But I didn't feel like there was mosh pits afterwards. But it was a good way of hyping up a crowd, though, with that sort of music. I think they smashed it. But I'd say my favourite was Martin Garrix.
Yeah,
I just liked it. I just like him, yeah. But Steve Aoki, I think, was honourable. Holy Beef as well, with the smaller act. I quite like watching his set.
Holy Beef, yeah?
Holy Beef, yeah.
Holy Beef. Holy Beef.
One of how many stages? 17?
No, 15.
15.
16 if you include the gathering, but I don't think we do. So the staging area in a whole, 15 stages.
And they're all quite close.
They're all close to each other. I was quite surprised that when you're at one stage, you can't hear anything from another stage.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I suppose they've directed the speakers so that all the sound goes one direction. Like Harry Styles.
You got like the dragon stage, wasn't it, that was like doing that?
Yeah, the dragon stage was the best.
The best looking stage, I think.
Yeah.
Besides main stage, obviously.
Well, yeah, main stage was just madness, though, wasn't it? So, the library was cool.
Cage was cool.
Yeah.
I thought the walkway to it, like just pitch black and all the strobe lights and everything.
Yeah.
They're all different sort of setups. That hidden one that we had in the forest or something, like last day, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We just turn up and there's a massive head.
That's the most talked about one, though, I think, when I've been seeing it recently, that one, because it's a hidden, like, you didn't know what you were walking into, was it? So that was decent.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you were to go, just go to any stage, whatever it is. Each stage has its own experience, I think. Like Crystal Gun with the water fountains and stuff.
Yeah, there's enough time during the day to be able to wander to every single one. You could you could spend an hour at each one easy, couldn't you? Like you could pick one person from each stage, not in the same day, but pick one person from each stage and just be like, I'm gonna check them out so I can see each stage. It's probably the best way to do it. And then obviously you've got like the final sort of 3 hours or so where it's the big headliners for.
We were at the main stage most of the time to see the night out, didn't we?
Main stage ones? The main ones, first night, Alan Walker, Armin van Buuren, and Steve Aoki, and then you add second night was
Dimitri Vegas and
Like Mike, Marshmello, and there was one other before, Tiesto just before, and then the last night it was only two big
bounced
ones.
Between two, didn't we? So Afrojack for a little bit
on a different stage, and then main stage you add Alesso and Martin Garrix, which are obviously the two main ones there. Which all of them, let's say besides Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, I actually knew beforehand, which is quite nice because then I actually be able to see some people that I know, and I'm going to recognise some of the songs and that.
And they brought out other artists in their sets as well, didn't they?
And,
so it's cool to see them.
You know, Alan Walker bringing out a Vic Star.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see him, but
no, exactly. I just turned around to you after and said, "Oh look, Vic Star is pretty cool, isn't it? They're bringing him out." And you're like, "What? What are you on about?" Because you just spaced out of everything. Yeah. I was like, "Who's that butty on stage? He looks familiar." And it's like, "Oh, that's Vic Star, isn't it?"
Yeah, I'd say that's what you'd say, isn't it? Main stage, main festival site area was quite quick getting in and out. Really, security was jokes.
Security was a bit jokes. One day they're like, you got your little satchel thing, whatever they're called.
Empty everything, yeah.
One day it was empty everything. It took so long to get through, like GoPro bag with all your little particles in there, having to empty everything, and then obviously standing there like a melon, having to pack it all away again. And then second day, I literally unzipped it, final day, second time I had that bag, I literally unzipped it. He literally had a glance and just waved me through. It's like, I don't care. Really.
Yeah, so, jokes and that.
Yeah, but that was a lot quicker at least.
What else would you say? Drink queues were alright. We didn't wait for a drink for ages. I didn't feel like.
You got some times when it was a bit annoying, really, wasn't it? Where The Sunday was about 34 degrees, I think.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
There was a lot of people waiting for drinks, and you'd have to go and get like 3 drinks at a time.
And sometimes that would be just to get a drink, because it's hot, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you need to down some water or something.
You're just standing in the sun waiting to get a drink, and you're standing there for like 20 minutes just in the sun. At least when you're walking, you've got like a little bit of breeze and you're in and out of the shade. But for this, you're just standing in pure sun for a long time. You're just sweating your tits off, aren't you?
Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah, there was that. It got to a point where they stuck to cocktails the last day, wasn't it? Because I got fed up with drinking beers.
Beer is Zupola. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. I kept on saying Jupiler.
Belgian beer.
Nobody would understand me. I believe it's a Belgian beer, and it was nice, actually.
It was decent.
It was better than most beers you drink in this country, like Stella and Carlsberg, and that.
It's got better than drinking it all weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, you do get to a point, and then you want to try something else.
But it was just porn star martinis all of that day, and then like that woman said like, "Oh, you like these, yes?" Yeah. Just kept them aside out of all of those people at the site.
Just remembers you because you look like a drug dealer.
Exactly.
No drugs were done in this festival.
Yeah,
they actually weren't. So.
And then there's oh, you had to double check that. There's all the food was decent. Oh, that quite cultured food.
Israeli food is
whatever that wrap was.
It was like a chicken schnitzel wrap with a load of different weird stuff in, and obviously like I suppose Israeli and like spices and like flavorings and that kind of thing. It was really nice, apart from the fact that it was dripping out the bottom everywhere. Pure grease.
Didn't get charged for some of the food as well. Some dudes just don't care about it.
Exactly. Just
picked up a burger. He's like, just scan your bracelet now.
Scans his bracelet, doesn't actually get charged, goes, sits down, starts eating it, and then moans about it.
Yeah, but then you had like so much in there.
Just moans about free food, yeah. Good.
What else would you say? That's it, would you? I don't really know what other experience. It was just mental.
Compared to what I've seen from like England festivals, it seems so different. Like as you said, obviously the fact that it's got wooden flooring and that, and you're not just like sinking into the floor.
Budget was crazy. I like the sound system and stuff. I thought production wise was mental. Like the amount of fireworks used.
And that's you get like madness for like 3 acts a night, wouldn't you? You'd have fireworks for other stuff, but you'd have an absolute madness like 3 times a night. So many
as well, wouldn't there?
But for one person's act, you'd have fireworks like 7 or 8 times, and then you'd have like the finale of their set, where it'd be like you'd probably say about a minute of fireworks with sort of like 4 fireworks going up every second, kind of thing. And you just, how much have they spent on that?
Exactly.
Like,
and they just got to do it all again for the following weekend.
Exactly.
So they've done 3 weekends of that.
We started to notice. The first day on the Friday we went to, when we started going to the main stages, we started to notice holes in the floor, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Like some of the wooden planks were like cracked, and there was like you could stick your foot in a hole kind of thing. And then after that, so on the Saturday, we started noticing little boards that have been put down to obviously cover up the holes.
I don't think UK would have even bothered patching it.
Well, no, they wouldn't have. But it's funny that you've just got these massive like strips of like dodgy wood stuck on top because they've obviously filled in the holes. So can you imagine what the third weekend's like? How many holes there probably is? Because we were walking and it felt like you were on like a waterbed because it was just
bouncing
constantly
everywhere,
bouncing up and down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to think what else. There was no other really experience you got started on, wasn't it? More close to somebody just wanted to start a fight with you.
Yeah, you just standing there like enjoying yourself, and then somebody turns around and looks at me and just puts his hands up. Like this.
Push him on the shoulder.
I literally just stood there and stared at him, and then Kyron turned around and looked at him, and he was like,
pushed him in the shoulder.
What's this geezer doing?
Yeah.
And this dude's friend grabbed him and pulled him away. So,
ready to throw hands.
He'd have been decked otherwise, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Ready to throw hands. How dare you start a fight randomly? Little alpha male wannabe.
Start a mosh pit with him and just fucking pick him up and throw him.
Exactly.
Through the air.
Javelin throw him. Exactly. Get out, mate.
James told me a story about that, about one of the UK festival comparison. There weren't really many like mosh pits as such, was there? There was like groups of people that were kind of like bouncing around and shoving around a bit, but not like a proper mosh pit.
No.
So James, one of our friends, Gary, whatever you want to call him, said to me that when he went to, I think it was Creamfields, there was or it might have been Reading, and it was one of his friends that told him that there was some massive dude, and he literally was picking people up, like by the scruff of their neck and the back of their shirt kind of thing, and throwing them into people. Yeah. Like picking them up and just launching them. Yeah. Not like you mosh pit, like you're shoving everybody. You're literally picking them up off the floor and spear throwing them.
Yeah, not one that. We went in a mosh pit where some dude took off his top, like a few minutes later, he's walking out, he's covered in blood.
It's good, isn't
I think he might have smashed a bottle on his head. Like, people just lose their head, in a mosh pit. So, in a way, it would have been cool to see some mosh pits because people get carried away as hell in them. But I think it was just, like you said, it was quite varied age ranges. So I think they kind of was a bit respectable. If everyone went was single and like our age,
then
scenes, like I don't even know if they would be able to do that festival because it would be ridiculous.
Versace
But yeah, I think it was friendly regardless though. I think we chill with everyone, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you didn't feel like at risk or nothing stolen or everyone was just chill. You never felt
like anybody trying to touch your pockets or anything to get anything out. Like, it's like everybody's there just to enjoy themselves and that's it. Whereas I get the vibe from English festivals that it's kind of like you go there to kind of stir shit. Kind of what it seems like with your mosh pit, sort of see pickpocket and
punchable face over there. Just dead staring at people, intimidating them.
Getting punched in school.
BFG over here. So.
BFG.
BFG.
I was gonna give an abbreviation for that, but don't think I will.
But I think that's everything. Do you reckon? The flight was fine.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, we had a late flight, so we decided to check out Brussels for the day.
Yeah, which was
quite cool.
A bit gandy, really, because we had to walk for bloody hours.
To see some amazing...
Just to see some anal beads. I don't even know. Sick view.
But it was better than waiting around in an airport, so we thought may as well check out a place.
We would have been sat in the airport for about 11 hours, and we just thought, screw it, we'll just go somewhere.
But easy flight, wasn't it? I mean, they said people of tomorrow on the flight, wasn't it? So basically everyone on the flight was for the festival.
The flights were literally made for that festival, so everybody... I'm going to say everybody, maybe not everybody, but it seemed like 99% of the people at least were Tomorrowland. It didn't seem like anybody on there wasn't for that festival.
So you could start your journey, like you said, from airport all the way back to airport. You're with your festival people. What a festival would be like, to be honest, just one big community, isn't it?
Oh yeah, exactly.
And then, I don't think there's anything else. It was just the madness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A bit tired.
Best part.
So a bit dead. Sorry if I'm a bit dead.
Best part.
Lost your voice after first day as well, wasn't it?
First day, voice was a bit
I still don't think you recovered it. It needs to be done by this weekend though. It better.
No,
not so croaky.
Walking past the little speed detector thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See all these cars going down the road like bloody 60 kilometers an hour or whatever, and then we're walking past it and it just flashes 5. Oh, good.
Good.
We're walking 5 kilometers an hour. I've never seen that before. Never seen it take the speed of a pedestrian.
If legs weren't so dead by the end of that whole experience, I would have actually sprint past it just to see it, isn't it? But
yeah, and you'd be what, like 11 kilometers an hour?
Come nap time, just to see what it's like, isn't it? See anything clocks you. Yeah. That'd be quite cool. But the fact your legs are about to explode by the time we saw that,
you can't be dealing with it, can you?
A whole festival and then walking all the way through Brussels, I think so. So you would recommend the festival? Just bottom line.
Definitely, yeah. I think
you're not even a fan of that music either, really, is it? It's a bit too samey after a while.
It's a bit samey, I'd say, but at least it's mixes of stuff that you know already, so you can kind of you get into it properly because you actually know the songs, and it can be for everybody, really. Like, you go there and you're gonna know a song, you're gonna like a song. Like, you go from your typical pop chart music, then you've got your your dubstep, you say, your dance, obviously, and then you've got rock, old school, hip hop. There's a bit of everything, really.
But it's always got that
It's always the same vibes, but at least you've got the lyrics from different songs and that kind of thing. Like, you might go from Backstreet Boys, Backstreet Boys to bloody Bring Me the Horizon to Sweet Caroline. Yeah, exactly. So it's bipolar opposites sometimes, isn't there? But it's quite nice to see as well because you can kind of get behind it.
Okay, so that you'd say that, recommend it. What would you say one improvement at the festival? Or one thing you'd like to see different that you make your experience a bit better? I already know what I could say. Can we just say it?
If you say yours.
If they made a singles version of it.
It'd never work.
Because we saw a lot of couples. Yeah, a lot of couples. just swaying to the beat. And like if you're there to party and up the energy a little bit, I would rather chill with a bit more madness going on, like a bit like Dimitri Vegas, like Mike. If a lot of the evening was that energy non-stop, that'd be really fun. Yeah,
you'd be dead after it, but
that'd be it'd be insane, mate. But that's one thing I'd say. Like if it was a bit more, I don't know, I'd say that it just the people would be a bit more mad. I mean, they were insane anyway. Like it was really cool to meet people just all over the place, wasn't it? You didn't
saying that even if you've got like couples and that, it's fine. Or groups of lads, groups of girls, whatever. But for people to be a bit more
conversations, a bit more floating,
a bit more open, not stay to their group. So if there's like 4 of them and they just stay together and they don't kind of like branch out, so you wouldn't necessarily talk to as many people.
Yeah.
Whereas from what you've said, whenever you go anywhere in England, especially, everybody just
talk to anyone, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You just speak to anybody that turns up.
You'll get some, like, you go in your group. If it's a big group, you probably just chill with your group, isn't it? You're just enjoying yourself. But I would say at a festival, especially that one, you'd meet so many random people. You can meet just even for the little space of the festival, isn't it? You're just enjoying the whole little vibe that's going on.
Exactly.
Don't just shut yourself off. But I reckon it could be because of COVID, everyone's 1, cuffed up, and 2, like, not so crazy of just hugging random people, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So COVID could have been a factor, but other than that, I think it was for the music. Like that's what you really want to go for, wasn't it? You didn't care about that other stuff, like, really.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. As long as you have fun.
It just would have been scenes. I can only imagine what it would be like. I don't think, like you said, I don't think they could do it if it was a singles only.
Well, no, it's not even like they
fights everywhere.
It's not even like they couldn't do it. It wouldn't be possible because you can't stop couples from going and that kind of thing.
But no, like in an ideal, like if you're just like picturing something, isn't it? I just think it'd be alphas clashing on. It'd be scenes.
Oh, I was talking to her first. No, I was talking to her first.
Right. Come on this little beanbag and have a little chat and we'll just see whose couple's better. Love Island. Sick.
Suck yourself now that you can after you said that shit.
Right, that's it, yeah?
Right, well that sums that up, so good time.
Yeah, decent.
In all.
Roll on the next one.
Recommends, for us, I think it's a one and done thing just because we're not that massively into the music. Like, it is good. It's a great thing to do.
It was insane, Maybe like years. Like, I wouldn't necessarily
you wouldn't do it every year, would you?
No, I personally wouldn't.
No.
But I would always, like what you said to you, you just try all these different festivals, see how they do them, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You just experience them all, yeah.
So our next big festival, what would you say? Like a snowboarding themed one.
Oh yeah, so you've got obviously Tomorrowland snowboarding.
Winter version, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it'd probably be Rise, wouldn't it? We'd try and do.
Rise, yeah.
Yeah.
Or snow bombing. It depends what time of the year we would be ready to do it.
Whether or not it's in like a year's time or like 18 months or whatever, like whenever we can actually do it.
Yeah.
Because I think the next one's coming up obviously quite soon and we've got a lot planned.
Yeah.
That we probably couldn't really manage to do another big holiday, essentially.
Yeah,
but that'll be for another episode anyway.
Yeah, so obviously you like it, so you want to do another one, isn't it? It's like you could have actually hated that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
there we go.
Right, we're on to the massive list of.
Can you see it?
AIDS now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So here's the new music that Chiron is going to read out.
So this is a mixture of albums and singles. 17. So Jamie T, The Theory of Whatever. The Kooks, 10 tracks to echo in the dark. MS Banks or Miss Banks, I think, Bank Statement, Joey Badass 2000, Billie Eilish, Guitar Songs, Russ and Ed Sheeran, Are You Entertained? You Me at 6, Deep Cuts, Megan Thee Stallion and Future, Pressalicious, Panic at the Disco, Middle of a Breakup, Macklemore, Tones and I, Chant, Lil Uzi Vert, Red and White, The Chainsmokers, So Far So Good, Time Bomb, The Amazons, How Will I Know, Just Jack, Treacle, Teddy, Brennan Savage, Oh No, A Day to Remember, Miracle, and Wiz Khalifa, Memory Lane. Do you know any of them? Russ, you know?
I know quite a lot of them. I don't know any of the actual songs, but I know a lot of the artists, yeah.
And that's a lot. That's a mixture, like rock,
you went from like
hip hop,
Russ to Yumi at 6 or something like that.
Panic at Disco, like it's a mixture
so it's
again.
Big difference, yeah.
I mean, this is just music that I personally check out. I mean, there's loads of new releases.
If you were listing out literally every new song, we'd be here for about 24 hours.
Just constantly
just
saying it.
And that'd just be the A's, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so that's just music. Yeah, I'd say. So we go. We're ready.
Right.
Let's liven it up a bit with a joke.
We're going on to absolute banter now.
Yeah. Liven it up with a joke, mate.
Right. No, joke or fact then?
Joke.
Okay, so I'll say these are kind of in a way related to the whole thing as well. So, joke, yes. Yeah. A man sued an air company after it lost his luggage. Sadly, he lost his case.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Those people that just picked up someone else's case.
So we got out of the airport and we asked two people, like, oh, where are we going? Like, do you know where we're going? And they were like, oh, no, we need to sort ourselves out. Because somebody else had taken their suitcase and they had somebody else's. So it's not like the airline had lost it, which would have been a bit easier to deal with at least. Somebody else had just picked it up and taken it.
So that is, when you go travelling, just put a tag on your suitcase so you know which is yours. Otherwise, some butty
fucking hell
will just pick up your case and wander off and just realise there's a thong in it. And it's
exactly.
Like, I swear I only packed the green one.
Why is this pink thong in here? I didn't pack this one, did I? So, honey, what's this?
So, yeah, lost his case. Jokes.
Right.
Jokes.
Okay, so this is kind of related as well. And it's kind of related to you writing as well. So.
Okay.
Drinking moderate amounts of alcohol before writing can actually enhance your creativity.
True, I'd say, actually.
Yeah, so there you go. We've got Buddy here saying it actually is the right fact.
Enhances creativity in general. That's not what you just said?
Yeah, enhances create. Good.
I was thinking of writing. And then
all week I've had this. All week. This is a good act, isn't it? 2 minutes later. Oh, this is a good act, isn't it? Honestly. Drinking moderate amounts of alcohol before writing can enhance your creativity.
I'd say just creativity in general.
Well, yeah, but obviously it's picked writing for that thing. So, like, it kind of, I'll say, it lets your brain a little bit more loose.
It can enhance what you already are currently feeling. So if you were to write something topical, say if you wrote a love song and then you drank, you'd probably enhance that feeling of writing more emotional stuff.
It's kind of like you stop thinking so much about stuff and
let it flow a bit more.
When you get drunk, it's kind of like you just start spewing stuff out, don't you?
Yeah, it could be like that.
Your filter kind of goes in your brain that you just keep on like saying stuff. So it's kind of like it unlocks the potential. It's like a limitless pill.
You probably start slurring your words, like.
Well, yeah, that
when you're writing, isn't it?
But you just kind of, it opens up your brain a little bit more to kind of think about what you wouldn't normally think about, and then it kind of makes you think like, oh, actually, that's a really good idea, kind of thing.
And again, it was what you said, drunk minds speak sober thoughts, isn't it, sort of thing. So it could be what you're actually thinking about originally that you might have been too scared to write down or even say. Like, even if you went to the studio and had a few drinks, you probably have a different energy about you if you went stone cold sober. Yeah, unless you're not slurring, and then obviously, I mean, Future, that was a story he had. He was so messed up once that he didn't even know what he was saying. But it's a massive song.
It's good, isn't it?
He said, I don't even know what I was saying there. I mean, that's gone off on other substances, but yeah, I'd say, drinking probably enhances it. I mean, not get absolutely sloshed, but
no, just like a couple,
down
just
a
to
bit.
Kind of like, exactly, just to open you up a bit.
Open you up, yeah. Yeah, it definitely enhances any emotion that you originally had to make something anyway. So yes, okay,
cool.
We're done.
We are done diddly. Yes. So
we've got to think about something next to talk about then.
Yeah. Next topic will be
whatever we think about.
Something.
But we will get a guest on very soon as well. Actually,
we will
say that. Yeah.
We hope it's planned to be soon. Yeah. But you never know.
Through the course of August.
People always ruin everything, don't they?
Through the course of August, we'll say that.
Yeah.
Right, signing off because I'm going to pass out.
Socials, so you've got YouTube, we'll go SoulInsights.
Find us on all streaming platforms under the SoulInsights podcast.
Yeah, I was going to put that at the end because I realised I forgot to do it first.
Good.
So, give us a review and all that bullshit. The SI index on both TikTok and Instagram, and then the
Twitter SI index.
Yes, I think I just said that, didn't I?
It was successful, that one.
They will be on the screen for you YouTube viewers, and they will be in the description, and you can click on all of our links everywhere. So I've probably said them all wrong, but I don't normally say them. But bloody old Tard over here is being tired, isn't he?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we're done.
That's it. Thanks for tuning in.
And toodaloo. Cough the cough the